Today I decided to go birding and I took the Kreutzer Nature Trail, which is part of the Mount McConnell Trail here at the Poudre Canyon in Colorado. The Kreutzer Nature Trail was named after the very first forest ranger in the United States, William Kreutzer, or also known as Billy, and he was only 20 years old when he became the forest ranger here in Colorado. The trail is about 2 miles long, elevation of about 600 feet. If you take the full trail, including the McConnell Trail, then you got about 4 miles and an elevation gain of about, I believe, I've forgotten, a lot more. You can go up to the top of the mountain. Anyway, the trail is actually very nice and I really enjoyed my walk. The first part of it is a pretty good slope going up. The hard part really, which surprised me, was going down because it was very steep on the second half of the trail. Most of the people in the All Trails app have mentioned that as well and said that it's better to come back down the way you came. Of course, I have to see everything for myself, so that's what I did. And I went down the backside. I fell a few times on my backside and fortunately didn't get hurt, but mainly it was because my legs had turned to jello by the time I got there. Now, I am not a spring chicken and I'm not in great shape, so this 2-mile trail took me about 3 hours, but I took my time looking at the animals, the beautiful flowers, listening for birds, resting, enjoying my views. So it really was a wonderful morning on the trail. A few years ago, there was a big fire here, and it did burn a lot of trees. Fortunately, the campground was spared, but according to the Forest Service, it's going to take probably a generation for this mountain to fully recover from this fire. But even so, it was still a beautiful view and a very good trail. Unfortunately, I forgot if I was filming horizontally or vertically sometimes, so I have a little mixture of both. It doesn't make for a great video, but you'll still get to see some of the beautiful views that I saw. Way down there, you can see the Poudre River. This area is called Poudre Canyon, and that's the Cache la Poudre Wilderness area in the Cache la Poudre River. It was named after a group of French who stashed their gunpowder near the river so that they could find it later. And it became known as Cache la Poudre River, which is gunpowder. Poudre is French for gunpowder. I know this cactus looks like I was filming it sideways, but it was actually growing sideways on the slope of the mountain. Scraping my backpack on that log. This is the east side of the trail, mostly going down now. I've heard it's steep. I have to agree. Please excuse my heavy breathing. The altitude here is about 7,500 where I am right now, and I still haven't quite acclimated to the altitude. Ugh. Here's a good view of the Poudre River. It's the only thing I can hear. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. These rocks are gorgeous by themselves, but even without that, this lichen really makes them pop. I'm on the downward slope now for the Kreutzer trail. Don't know how to pronounce that. It's kind of steep in some areas. I really have to watch what I'm doing. But we're having a good time. We as in me and you. The views up here are just incredible. Kind of starting to wonder if I got off the trail, but according to all trails, I'm still there. Now we're going back up. I thought we were going down. A little steep, a little rocky. I slipped a minute ago on some loose rock. Fortunately, I was holding onto something, but my ankle hurts a little. There's a reason speaking of slipping, I slipped again. But fortunately, I didn't fall again. There's a reason this trail is considered strenuous, I guess. But I'm still having a good time. This is where I came from. can't spot the trail, but that's where I was. Seriously? My legs are shaking like jelly right now. I thought we were going down. Okay, I made it. Going up a little bit more, but then I think we're going down again. Here we are. It's telling me to go left from my nature trail. I don't see a left. I really don't think that's a trail. But here we go. Adam says take a U-turn. Well, Adam, I'm not going back the way I came. This must be where the two trails meet. I shall continue on. Uh-oh. I thought we were already on a primitive trail. All Trails is showing me that I am going back up the mountain now on Mount McConnell Trail instead of going down. I'm a little confused because I sure didn't see a trail right there, but I'm gonna go back and hopefully I can pick it up. Found it. Yay! Getting closer to the water. Well, I'm not at the end of the trail yet, but I am almost at the bottom. I've fallen a couple of times, landed on my butt, got hurt a little, but it's okay. That's a good hike without a little pain. End of the trail for me. I'm back at the campground. It was a beautiful day for a hike. I'm glad I went. Thanks for coming with me.